My group project is about MAYBANK. I am Nabilah binti Kamarudin 056129 will explain a little bit about our project. Malayan Banking Berhad, MAYBANK is the provider services in Malaysia with the popularity in provide dual system, which is conventional and Islamic banking with major operation throughout Southeast Asia. The vision of MAYBANK is advancing Asia ambition with you, and the mission is to humanize financial services by providing their client with convenient access with fathom and pricing. They also will able to advising customer based on their needs and being the heart of community. MAYBANK is the one of the bank that provide a dual banking system, which is conventional system and Islamic banking system. Islamic banking IB in MAYBANK is known as the largest financial sector. Same goes with conventional banking, and both of it can be different with the loan, profit, saving that provide from MAYBANK. For example, Islamic MAYBANK system use Maqasid Sharia for their references in managing their institution, which is the rules comes from Al-Quran and Sunnah. Meanwhile, the conventional system doesn't use Maqasid Sharia to managing the institution, but still they have been monitoring from the government sector. They have their mission, which is to humanize financial services across Asia by providing access with fathom and pricing to win the heart of community.
Now is differences in personal loans between conventional and Islamic in MAYBANK. Conventional personal loans have their base rate as much 1.75% and this loan called flexi loan. This loan has 3 years lock-in period where borrower cannot do any early settlement or change to other banks as their loaner. Meanwhile, in Islamic personal loans, the amount of installment paid is fixed. The tenor of Islamic personal loans is 2 to 6 years. Their installment paid is lower amount than conventional because it excludes the interest rate. The approval for this loan is fast and does not take any longer time. In MAYBANK, the Islamic personal loan and conventional has same rate, but the Islamic rate is profit rate. Meanwhile, for conventional is interest rate, which is 5,000 ringgit to 2,000 is 8%, 2,001 to 5,000 ringgit is 7%, and 5,001 to 100,000 is 6.5%.
I will explain to you about repayment of loan during pandemic COVID-19. Since the end of the year 2019, novel coronavirus has spread all over the world. It kills hundreds of thousands of people. Prime Minister Malaysia has enforced Movement Control Order or MCO to curb the outbreak COVID-19. All Malaysians have to stay at home and work from home. Therefore, many people affected mentally and financially. Bank Negara Malaysia with other banking institutions has agreed to help the borrower that facing a financial problem by giving 6-month moratorium on repayment of loans in early April 2020. A moratorium is defined as a holiday from repayments of loan. The main purpose is to alleviate the financial burden borne by the people, and at the same time, the government wants to grow the economy through people spending for their essential needs in the market economy. Essentially, moratorium is about the borrower does not have to repay their loan without getting penalty. This moratorium will be done automatically and the borrower can opt out if they want to. However, during moratorium period, the interest will be accrued in their account normally. So, after moratorium ended, they need to pay back their loans with the accrued interest. Furthermore, MAYBANK has stated a few regulatory regarding the moratorium. Firstly, the 6-month moratorium is available for both conventional and Islamic banking customers. The loans must be denominated in Ringgit Malaysia without having errors more than 19 days as at 1 April 2020. For personal loan or financing, the interest will remain and not be accrued to the account. Nowadays, the number of COVID-19 cases continue to increase day by day. The government has to enforce movement control order again. As a result, Prime Minister with Minister of Finance and Governor of Bank Negara Malaysia has agreed to continue moratorium period for targeted group. There are two groups that will receive moratorium. That is, for Group 1, for those who have lost their job in 2020, they can use the moratorium for 3 months. Meanwhile, for Group 2, which is those who still have a job but their salary has been deducted, their monthly installment will be reduced in line with the salary reduction rate for 6 months. On the other hand, MAYBANK came out with repayment assistance and targeted repayment assistance package. They want to help the others repay the loans after moratorium ended to ease the financial burden. We can see that many assistance are provided by the government. Despite this, there are also negative impact faces by the banking institution if they extended the moratorium, like liquidity issue. Next, let's move to the advantage of Islamic loan. There are many benefits that we can get. Firstly, Islamic loan charge a low price if the customer make a late settlement. Secondly, Islamic loans restricted to finance the business with haram transaction like alcohol factory. Thirdly, they will not charge a penalty if the customer make an early settlement. And if any business want to apply for a loan, they need to go under thorough inspection to avoid fraud and uncertainty. Otherwise, there is also disadvantage in Islamic loan, which is if the customer want to make adjustment in the contract, they need to sign a new contract. Thus, it will trouble both parties to create and sign a new contract. Besides, in conventional loan, there is also advantage the customer can get even it is not Sharia compliance, such as every type of business can apply the loan because in conventional, they do not have to follow halal requirement. If the customer need to make alteration in the contract, they just have to pay for stamp fees without have to do a new agreement. Of course, in conventional loan, there are also many negative effects. First and foremost, conventional loans will charge interest if their consumer make a late payment, same as for those who make an early settlement. Even worse, they will add an interest charge to the total amount of outstanding interest. This will lead to the occurrence of oppression in society.
I'm here to present to you the comparison analysis between Sukuk and conventional bonds in Maybank. Throughout the analysis, I found out that Maybank used both Sukuk and conventional bonds in their system. However, there is a difference between Sukuk and conventional bonds I figured out. Firstly, Sukuk refers to the ownership of asset, while bonds refers as a debt obligation. Secondly, all the asset backing Sukuk are Sharia compliant, but for bonds, even product and service that are against Islam also backing bonds. Thirdly, Sukuk are valued if the property is valued, but for bonds case, it is based on credit ratings. Fourthly, if asset increase in value, Sukuk also increase in value. However, profit lasts for bonds similar to fixed interest including riba. Lastly, Sukuk are considered as selling the ownership of asset but is considered as the sale of debt.
My part is comparison in profitability between conventional and Islamic banking in MAYBANK. There are clear differences between comparison and determined of the profitability in Islamic banking and conventional banking. As we can see that Islamic profit in MAYBANK are made through the execution of a series of underlying Sharia compliant contract. MAYBANK offered the premium Mudarabah account I, whereas the Sharia compliant that will pay the dividends on client account balance based on their profit sharing ratio. Mudarabah is the contract between capital provider and the entrepreneur, under which the provider provides capital to be invested in Mudarabah, and it's being managed by the entrepreneur. The profit generated from the venture according to a mutually agreed profit sharing ratio. The dividend become more as the account balance increase. Client will having free personal accident takaful coverage plus medical benefits open the account, and the coverage depend on how much balance client have. The more balance in the account, the more coverage they will get from MAYBANK. So, in conventional banking system, the difference is in interest rate between deposit and financing product is profit to the bank. The profit earned by the liquid asset, the product issued by the MAYBANK conventional bank consisting of mortgage, credit card, overdraft, and personal financing for a short period of time, all of this carried out in this institution based on the profit in the form of interest on the amount given from bank to the customer. MAYBANK make client get their profit from asset deposit and trade from. For depositor account, MAYBANK will accept including term deposit, saving and current account interest based return are provided for saving account and term deposit.
To conclude our presentation, I would like to mention once again MAYBANK use both Islamic and conventional financing. These two financing has their specific benefit, but we must know that if you're Muslim, it is prohibited in taking riba or interest. So I wanted to suggest you to think before taking any loan. Lastly, we hope this presentation can benefit the people that wanted to know more about MAYBANK. That is all from us. Thank you.